In this video, I'm going to show you how to call students from GoGuardian. So you have your dashboard here, your classroom dashboard, and these are your different classes that you have created here. And so what you would do is you would pick the class that you're wanting to call the students in, and then you would have a live session up here that you could click on and start recording. For this session, I'm going to be starting one here, and you'll see what it's like. So your live session would be up here. You could click on your live session. And then it's going to show you which students are logged in down here on the bottom middle part. It shows you the students there. And so what you can do from here is you'll see right above there's these different tabs here. There's 4 different tabs: screens, timelines, snapshots, and call students. And to video call or audio call the students here, you'll click on this button. And then it gives you 3 different options here. So there's voice only, the first one, which is a quick chat with one or more students without using webcams, and it's voice only. Then the middle one is video call presentation. And so this is where you can see and hear one or more of your students for class discussion, for social emotional learning. You can also present your screen here, and you can see the students' screens, what they're seeing. And the last option here is lecture presentation. So you share with one or more students without worrying about interruptions because the students' microphones and webcams are not available. So this would be like a direct teach. They wouldn't be able to talk or hear. You wouldn't be able to hear them or see them. The mode I'm going to call off is video call presentation here. And this is the one I think that will be the most versatile that will allow you to change which mode you're working in and be able to hear and see your students. So I'm going to click Start Video Call here. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me some options, some video call settings. So I can choose to enable my camera, I can choose to enable my microphone, and I can also choose here to record this call. And so if you don't see one of your options showing up here that you're wanting, you can click the drop down. If it's not showing your picture there where there's supposed to be a picture of the camera, you can click here and pick the correct one. This is also where you can record the call. Once you've ended your session, it'll save the call and you can download it, you can play it, you can share the link for it. So it gives you lots of options recording this call. And when you record the call, your students are asked for consent. So the students can decline to have their microphones muted or cameras. They could decline to not have their microphones or cameras showing and they be muted or disabled. But they can also opt in or out of recording at any point in time during the call. So then once you have your settings here set up, then you can select the student you want to call. And then you can either select by specific student, you can select all students, you can choose to have all students muted when they join. You can also sort the students by first name, last name, online, offline, however you want to do that. So you can either do select all and it would call all students, or you could come in here and I'm just going to select the one student that's logged in. And I'm going to call instructional technology, and I'm going to call the student. And so it's going to call the student here, and you'll see that it's connecting. And what you'll see over here on this tab, what your student is seeing is a request to join the call. And so they can choose to accept the call, and they can choose to have their camera off and on, have their microphone off or on. It's going to ask if they're okay with being recorded during the call. And if you're not recording, this screen here won't show up. So they'll continue joining the call. So once the student has joined, you'll see here that you can see that what the student screen is seeing. You can see yourself teaching over here on the right. And then you can see the student, if they have their camera turned on, you would be able to see their camera here. And then down here on the bottom option, it gives you the opportunity to mute the student or to not allow the webcam. The only thing is once you have muted the student or not allowed the webcam, when you turn that setting back on, the student has to manually unmute again and allow their webcam again. So just so you know. Down here on the bottom right is where you can share your screen for the students. You pick which screen you're going to share, and you can share whatever's on your screen with them. And then this is where you could turn screen share off and on. And then when you're done at the end, you can end the call over here on the bottom right. And so once you end the call, then it's going to ask you to save the recording and give it a name. And if you don't get a name recorded here, then you can, if you just click save recording, it'll give you a name and auto-populates. So here you can choose to save the recording, and then it tells you that the call is ended.